Bablu play out in a spectacular fashion, but in the end only one of them reigned supreme. And that was Team Bablu. After an arduous back and forth between the three teams, Team Bablu clinched the victory on the final day and came out on top.
Oh my god!
Oh!
NES confirming I8 getting eliminated from this match, but Bablu is still alive. I believe Team Bablu gonna win this match.
This is their story. Initially on
420 years, right? He's doing the first aid thing, but that's not even going to get executed. Falls down to the play zone, and Team Bablu go ahead with a chicken dinner in the first minute mark.
that was a great start. Team Kuwait had them beat in the first place with their aggressive playstyle. In spite of both the teams having the same number of chicken dinners, Team Kuwait had 51 kill points as opposed to the measly 34 of Team Bablu. This style of hyper-aggression from Kuwait was proving to be a difficult challenge for Team Bablu, but they still managed to get 53 placement points.
Indeed it will be. But I mean, right now I think with the momentum that Team Bablu has, I'm definitely gonna go for them.
On day 2, Team Kuwait continued to flex their dominance as they managed to stay on top of the overall leaderboards yet again, while Bablu still remained on the 3rd position with no significant changes to their stats from day 1. They continued to give us consistent high finishes on the leaderboard and even a chicken dinner on game 10 with 7 kills in the bag, cleaning up Portal Esports in a 4 vs 2 situation.
Just those two players alive as Wolf gets that opening knock on Portal Esports, and that's the last player knocked who is a bad pitch. Waiting for his dead as the players of Team Bablu go charging in and eventually end up getting a chicken dinner.
And then they continued to place at high ranks for the rest of the day. We had a comeback on our hands. On day 3, Team Bablu really started to step up their games, winning another chicken dinner with all 4 members surviving on Erangel, making for a flawless performance. Sticking together and taking every fight together as a team rather than spreading out, which shot them up from the 3rd place to the 1st place on the overall leaderboard by the end of day 3. While on the other hand, I8 was stuck in between strategies, and they were still trying to figure out an optimal way to play the game. Even while they were unclear about their own identity, the aggressive playstyle from I8 pushing them up to the 2nd place of the overall leaderboard. As the final day rolled around, Team Bablu looked promising. It's the first game of the day, and I8 is in 4th place with 7 kills, and we saw Crypto landing the MVP with a jaw-dropping performance.
Dragons are still surviving, so that's considerable.
Certainly they are surviving right now. It's going to be very difficult because Max Esports have a clear idea where they are.
While Team Bablu dropped the ball in the first game, netting only 4 kills and an 8th place finish, they were still in the lead on the overall leaderboard, but I8 was catching up and Kuwait wasn't far behind either. The bad news for Bablu doesn't end here. In the second game, they only managed to fetch 1 kill and an abysmal 11th place finish. Meanwhile, Team Kuwait took their opportunity to fire back, pushing themselves up to 2nd place with a measly 7-point difference between the top 2 teams. The tournament was slipping from Bablu. It was now or never. Game 3 had both the teams going at it, with Kuwait and Bablu ending at 3rd and 4th place respectively. Now this was anyone's game to win, with only a 5-point difference between the two. Game 4 saw both the rivals flunk as they were in the bottom of the table, with neither of them making a significant run. Nothing had changed. But Game 5 was an absolute nail-biter, as both the teams gave everything they had to prove who was worthy. Both I8 and Bablu fought it out to be the last 2 teams standing in the final circle of Sandhawk, and the winner of this fight would take it all. While I8 did not have as many men standing as their opponents, they had the better position. I8 was taking full advantage of the situation and raining nades at Bablu, causing some significant damage. But even after the barrage of explosives, Team Bablu stepped up their game, avoided the shrapnel, and secured the chicken dinner with 7 kills.
I will pick both of the first with the 3 players in each one. Wolf will be the first victim, and there you go, no one HP. I believe Dani and Horde will be a good match with this ladder. Otherwise, it will be difficult. There you go, Khan 420, acing the chicken dinner for his team.
Unfortunately, their backs were still not off the ropes as I8 led the charts with 12 kills, making both their points even at 225. I8 was refusing to go down without a fight and tried to keep up until the very end. Unfortunately, despite the valiant efforts by I8 Esports in Game 5, that would be the closest that they would ever come to tasting victory. An early exit with only 1 kill in the last game for Team I8 meant that we had a clear winner on our hands. Bablu out-survived them and snagged the championship away. A last-minute victory against their opponents gave them what they needed to win. With 5 chicken dinners under their belt, they were crowned as the champions of Pmnc Pakistan.